Hi everyone, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Happy day to you wherever you are. It's a fresh new day, a new beginning, and I'm walking. It's my morning walk. I usually like to go for a walk in the morning. I sort of, get ready and I take about a 20-minute walk. In a fasted state, so I don't really drink anything except warm water. So that's what I do. I'm drinking my warm water. I drink warm water here because it's cold, so it just seems to be more helpful and practical. When I'm in Dubai, I just drink regular room temperature, and I like to drink 20 ounces at least before drinking any coffee, because at least I hydrate from the overnight fasting, which dehydrates our body, and just make sure that I'm getting the water through my system to flush out. So that's what I do, and this bottle is about 20 ounces capacity, which is sufficient. You could drink more. I would drink more if I had a bigger bottle, but for now we're working with that. And yeah, it's a really open and clear day actually, even though it's cold. Despite the cold, it can still be sunny and it can still be a really beautiful sky. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Tomorrow's Christmas, 24th, Christmas Eve, and I will be home with my family. So just making the best of every moment, even though we don't really go anywhere, we don't do anything spectacular or any big party type of celebration. I'll go to the gym earlier in the day because they have shorter hours, and then just enjoy. Yeah, I don't expect that for me the food will be a big excitement, because I have to really take care with all that temptation. So I just have to remind myself that it's not my food, it's not for me, even though it's really tasty, but it's also really, very rich, very fatty, some of it can be very salty. So the whole combination is just a really bomb combination, a killer combination. And incidentally, I just wanted to let you know, not that you're asking, but something that I've noticed while being here this time in New York is that it's been really hard to not be tempted by the food in our house. It's because I don't really know why, but I mean, it just makes logical sense, right? Because I'm exposed to all these tasty, delicious, calorific, highly palatable foods. Many of them, most of them are highly processed. And it's just the way that, we keep those things around the house, because we have varying taste preferences in different adults. It's four of us. So just because I eat a certain way doesn't mean my family does, and I don't demand that or expect that. So being here in a different environment, with more exposure to these tasty foods, it's extremely tempting, and I've already had some of it. And then I regret it, and I sort of hate myself for having done that. And, it's just tough. Like, every day you have to start fresh. And for me, to be honest, my fear is weight gain. My fear is gaining fat. And it's not something that I want or intend or desire. Of course, many people don't. But it's just been hard this year. I don't know why. And I feel like I'm moving less. Yeah, the cold is really annoying and cumbersome. And coming out of the house is always like a extra 5-minute preparation of putting on all the layers. But it's just a different dynamic this time around, this season. And I'm just doing my best. So maybe if you're struggling with the same thing this time, I know that there's so much now in social media about like holiday stress and the food in our environment, and overeating, overindulging, and just like, relaxing, enjoying time. But I mean, I don't accept those things. I don't accept those messages because it doesn't work for me. Like, I can't just say, oh yeah, whatever, like, I'm just gonna let go and fuck it, like, I don't care. Because then you still have to deal with the consequences after, and it's only gonna be harder. So why would you let yourself go off the rails, take it easy, and then coming back into it, it's gonna be even harder. It's gonna take even longer. It'll be more difficult. And maybe it's happened to you, but have you noticed that sometimes when you try to go back on your diet or to eat in a clean way, it seems harder than it was the first time around when you did it and you succeeded. So it's not that it becomes harder. It's just that I think I listened to one psychologist, Dr. Doug Lisle, and he explained it that it's because you just forget how hard it was the first time when you had to do it. So it's tough, but I'm doing my best. And even now, I woke up today and I was thinking that I wanted to get a honey bun. I mean, how effing ridiculous is that? Like, it's like the most processed food in like existence, and it's got like a bazillion ingredients made in a factory with preservative and food and modified food starch and cornstarch and just like a whole bunch of shit. And it's like, why do I wake up wanting that? I haven't had it since summertime when I was home here. It's just crazy. And it's just interesting as well, because I used to have that when I was a little girl growing up. It was a treat that we had. And it didn't seem like a treat back then because it was more commonplace for me. But yeah, so let's see. I just intend and ask God to help me. I do look for prayers online to eat better, to beat food addiction, if it is what it is, and to help overcome these unbeneficial cravings that are not really helping my body. They're not really helping my self-control and peace of mind. It's just a big topic. So I share this in the spirit of being open and connecting with you, connecting with myself, with my reality, and also because maybe you've had similar experiences, or you feel like you're on struggle bus with food right now, or maybe throughout the year you feel this difficulty. So just know that you're not alone, and it doesn't feel easy. And for some people, they seem to have this remarkable superhuman capacity to withhold and to abstain. And I think it's just a matter of practice and doing it, building up on those abstaining days, like alcoholics in Alcoholics Anonymous, or Food or Overeaters Anonymous. They have to abstain. So yes, maybe that'll be one of the resolutions for the next year, right? And then once you set that resolution, then you mess it up, because when you have these strict and severe rules, that's when it's the easiest to transgress them. But let's not get that far ahead of ourselves. Let's just be in the moment. Just be present. Just enjoy where you are. For me, for instance, as my example, I'm just going to be present with spending quality time with my mom. I'm going to try to just listen to my thoughts, my wild thoughts about fear of any kind of thing relating to food, whether it's wanting the bad food, overeating, eating more calories than I would have wanted to in the day or at a meal, eating the wrong food, wanting the wrong food. It's just a lot of rules that I've put on myself, so it makes it really hard to succeed and achieve all of them. What about you? Do you have any strict food rules? Or are you really comfortable and really happy with where you're at? Are you in a really good space and place? And if you are, that's amazing and wonderful, and I'm so happy for you. And maybe you can share what helps you. I do a lot of research in this area, and I do know generally what is said to be helpful to help to overcome these things. I think one thing for me, it will be to journal and to write them down. So I'll do that. I'll go home soon, spend quality time with my mom in our lovely little kitchen, have my cup of coffee with her, and when there's a moment, I'll journal and just put it out there. You know, verbal but written kind of discourse, free writing. So maybe you can do that too. You can do some free writing today for any troublesome thoughts, whether they're food related or not. Why not, right? It's free, it's at your behest, and you know, some remarkable insights could come from that. So it could really help. So free writing, journal, and being open with yourself. All right. So that's it for now. I'm gonna let you go, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day. I'm gonna go inside this store and see what I can get for myself and my family. Little treats. Oh yeah. So I'll see you soon. Bye.